bringing your attention to how we listen with the ears. It provides us with spatial awareness. And by feeling the two joints of the shoulders, left and right, we can pinpoint the exact center between them. And without thinking about it conceptually, we can feel or experience the body as a sitting structure. Without, the word is just to peg it in a certain way, frame it. But sitting with crossed legs, or another way of putting it, maybe being as you are. That's an awareness with direct experience. Putting the hands into the prayer position. In prayer, we, in our own quietness, invoke a connection. The invocation is silent, unspoken, with our eyes closed, and simply putting the hands like that. The gesture doesn't have a meaning for someone else because it's you, hand to hand, with your feeling. And this is the important self-practice. It's not a religion to show other people your religion. It's you bringing yourself here to this moment. We'll do Om 3 times like that. Steady right in here. The legs long to the front, we're pointing the toes to the front, and we're figuring how to use the legs and arms in a way, remembering our legs through stretching them, activating the awareness of the way that we sit with the feet together, the awareness of the prayer practice. In this particular position, body and prayer becomes one more and more. We're relaxing further forward with the hands to the feet and the head that hangs down. We're not doing the practice for the show, but for how it feels for us and how it lets us feel. In other words, how it activates us. The shoulders are relaxed, we're becoming more relaxed. Big exhale, then we're becoming more quiet, more aware of greater details. You can magnify detail until you can't magnify it anymore, but it's also infinite. Certain subatomic particles, aspects, mathematically they repeat and they repeat and they repeat infinitely. Inhale to upright, to hands at the feet, to legs crossed. We're taking a large inhale and exhale, and we're deeply aware of how the body is breathing. And the awareness of this breath activating the forces of brought about by breathing. In yoga, these forces, pranayama practice is right in the center of the practice, because breath is the center of this body and mind. Sitting quietly, and we're in a complete harmony with the breath. Whether we're breathing in, exhale, not breathing. Whether we take a larger breath, small breath, we're in harmony with whatever shape and form and purpose the breath is. And just acknowledging that we actually get into the practice using the breath and not using the mind. Raising your arm to stretch over to the right. You're sitting quietly in this next position, this one, next after the previous position. We already assume that we will also stretch the other side, but we're still doing this. We're practicing to not long for the other side and not be unhappy or happy with this side. We just know we are here. We're feeling every fraction of the movement as we come. Inhale to the center, arm down. Inhale, new breath, lift arm, stretch to the new side, opposing side, complementary side. We're now in this side, feeling the impression of the previous stretch become more faint until it fades away and this side becomes the real side. Now, going up, let's see, inhale and exhale. We'll cross the legs to next combination, hands at the feet. We do care for how good we are in the practice or how it feels, if it feels pleasant or unpleasant, but the important thing is that we're learning something from the practice, and sitting or learning isn't always necessarily pleasant. We're growing like growing pains. We're growing in our practice. We have growing pains in other ways throughout life. We don't try and ignore them or suppress them. Accept it as part of everything. Deep in, big exhale. Stretching over to the first side, ground high, shoulders relaxed. When the practice is easy, it's easy. When it's not easy, it's easier said than done. That's why we didn't do it. You're taking a large breath, becoming more and more present. And then the presence itself becomes the bigger presence rather than what we're doing or not doing. Inhale, exhale, arm down. Inhale, over to the other side. And we bask long enough in the presence of the practice or the present, the moment, becomes more and greater, becomes more, starts to blot out, becomes more, changes everything for us. We're in the stretch. We're sure that we have the shape of the body and some abdominal core strength. And coming up with the hand down and exhale with the legs long to the front, fingers interlaced at the back. Everything in yoga is a form of pranayama, breath practice. Crown high, shoulders back. You could definitely bend the knees to alleviate tension in the legs or back. You're aiming to lift the shoulders higher up at the back, flexing into the heels, pointing the toes down. Your wiper feet. Relax at the wrists. You're looser. Hands to the back. Let's do that leg long. And roll the hips. When you're rolling and it's easy, when you're maintaining it, it'll be easy next time unless something injury-wise or detrimental happens. We'll switch to the other side. If it's not easy, you're reinstating easiness. To the back with the arms under the calves, around the thighs, here on the back. The legs in the air, hands palms down. The legs are floating free up in the sky. Feel that your feet are actually in the sky. The earth has got sky around it. Comes all the way to the ground. We can feel that the body lying horizontally, there's a very clear and definite place where the horizon is. The sky is much bigger and we can't see the end of it. Feet to the floor with the palms open. We've loosened the back, lower back, hips and shoulders, taking the arms out to shoulder height. T position. Feet should be a bit wider or as wide as your mat. Let the knees flop in slow-mo to the right side for you. The side on the opposite to the knees, foot will be on the instep and the knee side foot will be on the outstep. The foot and the ankle. Bring the knees up to inhale. Relax. Inhale to turn to the other side and twist. You're taking a large breath. And bringing the knees back up to inhale, hug the knees. In the next exhale, head up to the knees. Hands, fingers interlaced at the back of the head, knees together. You're on your back, your shoulders are in the air, the neck is long, the knees are towards your face. Lower back lifting slightly. Moving the knees away from you to above the waist, the lower back will contour to the floor more easily, and the lower back will hollow away from the ground. The shape has changed. Knees closer to you, head to the knees, the lower back is alleviated. Feet to the floor, the whole body letting go of basic body stress, the stiffness that it carries, and tension. Yoga practice is our release mechanism. To release body from stress in the body. Slide one leg long, either leg, other knee remains bent. Then move swapping legs. Foot to the floor, both knees bent, to hug the thighs again, head to the knees. Then legs up and hands behind the thighs. Lifting up to the forearms. So up to cross legs briefly. You have fists on the ground and you're pressing up from the floor. Wedging the body helps. Shaking the hands, helping the hands. Cross legs to next combination. We'll try the same thing briefly, few moments is good. Enough. Don't have to do a lot of it. You're becoming more aware of your possibility of practice without lifting the feet high. We can pull the chest up, lifting the feet the height of the shoulders, higher up, deeper breath. Big exhale. 2 more. And 1 more. Feet to the floor. Legs long, hands under the thighs. Point the toes. Wipe your feet. Via squat, we go to down dog. From down dog, we go to hands and knees. Then to a soft dog, puppy dog. Puppy dog, we come up to hands and knees. Toes under to via down dog to boat, full leg stretch at the front. Shoulders down, low chest big and open. Closing the eyes, feel how the balance is affected or not. Big sigh. The practice affects the breath. We practice to affect the breath. Feeling the effects of the breath on our bodies while we practice. Feet to the floor, fingers pointing to the sides to reverse coffee table. You're looking at your feet for knees for a while, feeling the feet, can't see them. shoulders back more, look up at the sky. You know the sky is there above, both on your hands. To the ground, to legs to crossed legs, hands at the feet. You're lowering your gaze, keeping your eyes open ahead of you. Large breath, eyes closed. We're feeling the body heat, inner body temperature, which you know has a more or less consistent temperature as a system. We're in this position, we don't give it a name, we're experiencing it. Our hands are at the feet so that we know what we're doing. But without the labels, you continue to do what you're doing right now. We're holding in the next deepest breath, for as long as it's comfortable for you, 5, 10 or more seconds. Breathe out when you should. It feels like you should. If you haven't closed your eyes, you can close your eyes now. You're practicing with that small difference of closing the eyes. Everything feels different because the whole visual world isn't there. And the body feels different. So everything you see and feel. Big sigh breath, hands on the knees. We're leaning forward on the exhale with a sigh. And in the next exhale, or this one, you're sucking or pulling back the abdominal muscles towards the spine for Udana Bandha or abdominal lift. And inhale, the breath sucks back in. Big exhale, we cross the legs to the second combination. Eyes are closed, we can rock or move or quickly settle into sitting still. Hands going around the feet. We'll start with the hands at the feet and eyes closed. We're internal in our practice here, but we also always have an internal side. We just don't see it in the mirror, so we think it doesn't exist. We know that we are appearing, we are an appearance. We also feel we're in the breath. It's the breath that causes us to be. So altering the breath, we take a large inhale and hold the breath. The body can absorb more of the breath. And it will help us, it will be to our benefit. Exhale slowly through the nose. Easy in, easy out. Practicing practices that helps us or nurtures us. That's helpful, that's why we do it. We'll take the legs one to the front, the legs one to the back, one at a time. Stretching the calf after the crossed legs. It feels pleasant, plus it's functional, helps your back and leg circulation. Switch to the other side, it was functional, strengthens the upper body. Toes tucked under, knees together, feet together, lifting to down dog. Also functional, that stretch we've done, 2 stretches. It helps you to be flexible in down dog. Don't hold the breath. Take it easy with the breath, or take a large breath, whatever fancies you or feels correct or useful. Small steps, we walk the feet to the hands, forearms on the thighs at the knees. Roll up with the head down and the chin to the chest, and at the end we're lifting the head to face forward. Face forward, eyes closed, deep breath. In eyes closed position, you have the hands folded through the fingers, with the thumbs pointing forward in 2 arms that are the same in appearance. We're describing the appearance, but what we're feeling is the shape or the position we've attained. There's a surface awareness, and then there's an awareness of the surface that faces in, the other side, or the flip side of the skin. We're easily feeling this. We're easily able to imagine our chakras here, by feeling the areas of the chakras, such as the heart space or any other area. We're also able to sense where the knees are, apart from being between the top and the bottom of your legs, upper and lower. By bending the knees or jiggling the knees a little bit, we're quite sure where the knees are. So we have a certain confidence that becomes a sureness, and that can be too much confidence. Eyes open, we're bringing our attention to stand on one leg, lift the other knee with one hand, knees in front of its hip, elbow down, bring the arm up and up and up and up. We have a long side and a short side, balancing one long end. Release the arm, release the leg. We're balancing one long end of this high up hand position, the other side, the sky, the earth. Back of the neck long and not straining the neck. Head is high, shoulders relaxed. Deep in, big exhale, high up. Release the arm, release the knee, release the shoulders. By rolling, we release the feet Tight ankles. We were going through the length as well. We were using the feet as a grip. Fingers interlaced, press the hands down, release knees, lower down the feet. Big exhale, release tensions from your structure. So the body is free of the stress, body stress, its own stress. We'll relax the knuckles to the ground, and the arms to above the head. Eyes closed, we're aware of the breath and back. Big exhale with the mouth, through the mouth. Relax the jaw, relax your shoulders. Lift the heels of the floor, a lot or a little. Stay medium height, if you can. Hands the same. Shift your weight to one leg. You're standing almost on the front of one foot, but the other foot is testing the air or the ground. Other one. Okay, let's try again. Stretching the flat back table stretch. Forearms and the elbows and the thighs where the quads begin and the knees begin. Hands at the same place, you're looking up and forward, and the throat is open at the front and more closed at the back. Eyes are closed, big exhale, but we're feeling the inner space. Rolling up with the chin down. We're putting the hands to fingers interlaced, the thumbs pointing forward. With the shoulders relaxed, the crown is high, big exhale, the shoulders are more relaxed. We're repurposing the whole body and our mindset to be more present. This is the purpose, we're repurposing. We start to figure out that it doesn't help to worry about tomorrow. The purpose is to be here now, instead of being someone that worries about tomorrow. Repurpose yourself. We're figuring things out, standing still, without thinking about it. The plan is to be present, isn't there's no plan. Then 5-point star. Really neat shoe arrangement, thank you. Arms like that. 5-point star, you want to face this way. So I'm standing. Yeah. So you can do a triangle from there, pointing the right foot to the seaside, and sliding down to the ocean with your crown, pointing over the horizon. Your gaze is forward to the horizon point in front of you, where the east is. The hand points up at the sky. Deep, smooth breath, open both lungs, and the breath in, top lung more. Inhale. Core strength more in the exhale. Increased power in your legs. decrease of blood pressure in the raised hand. Coming up to inhale, 5-point start. Point both feet forward. Point the other foot to the city direction, leaning away from the ocean. Your crown high, over across the horizon, pointing that direction. Shoulder back, top arm back, head to the side. Keep going with the breath. Chest open. Triangle position. Legs. Top arm decreasing blood pressure, increasing mobility and flexibility. Inhale to 5-point star position. Big exhale. Keep the arms like that. Bring the feet together, facing to the front. Knuckles and wrists, top of the hands together. Big in-breath, big exhale, back of your hands. And hands to the prayer position, to the 10-finger mudra with the eyes closed. Crown high, shoulders relaxed. You've structured your whole body to be just right in that position. Crown high, 10-finger mudra. Neurological awareness, awareness via, because of our neurology. That's what we have here. Big sigh breath. Put your weight on the right leg, lift up the other one. We will bring the arm up. The arm more or less above the crown. With the hand. Shoulders in their natural positions for this position. Deepest and smoothest, longest breath. Taking the hand down to the side. Release the hand and the foot. Fingers interlaced, another flat back. Table stretch. Fingertips to the floor in front of the feet, about maybe almost 3/4 of a meter or so. Some weight in the fingers, more weight in the heels. To relax your hands and knees. We're feeling the hands and knees position. We almost had a down dog. Now we go to puppy dog. And by all the practices we've done so far, the forehead is now on the floor, as is the bridge of the nose. And we're feeling the utility of our whole practice. That let us be in this position. There was this plan all along to stretch and be present, so we can feel more presence. And yet we're feeling the flow without a plan. One flows to the next practice. Two arms under the shoulders for a cat stretch. Hold this or the next exhale for cat stretch into Uddiyana Bandha, belly to spine, chin tucked in, everything into the midriff, into the lungs. Direction, focus, physical. Inhale, belly release to the ground, and there's a much greater openness in your breath, whether you're breathing or not. It's the breath space you feel. To high knees, two hands to shoulder height, to big exhale, palms horizontal, hands palms facing, right leg forward, like that. If you want, you can put the foot further forward and sink somewhat lower down to the front, chest open. If you like, you can go a lot lower. There's one. Switch knees. Sink lower down if you want. Same knees, same hands and palms position. Palms to the back, head forward, shoulders back as well. The hands are pulling the shoulders back. Your head releasing forward to release the neck. Two hands and knees. Right hand forward, other hand palm open to cheekbone and temple to the ground. Top arm remaining at 90 degrees and the bottom hand soft at the knuckles across the horizon. Top arm goes up to the sky and you're pressing up to the sky from your face in the ground on the one side. Breathe smoothest breath. Remain like that. We're feeling tension, pressure, stretch at the bottom quarter of the body, but it's going to unblock us and loosen us up. The up literally, we're coming up on the inhale. Exhale, switch to the other side, arm, hand across the horizon, head on the floor, in the earth, other hand up in the sky. Deep breath, this is how we unblock ourselves. You're reaching into the hand, the head to the side.
Deeper breath, large ins, big exhales. We absolutely go for it and relax into the stretch. Yet there's a focus, a tone, a way of being tone as well as a muscle tone. Arm down, hands under the shoulders, chin tucked in, cat stretch. Legs long to the front, crossed legs. So long legs, crossed legs. Hands, palms open, crown high. We're experiencing this moment. We've also been practicing for a while. We brought these experiences along here now. We are breathing out, exhale, the result of all our previous breaths. Sitting quietly, without a breath, without a thought, we remain fresh and present. Out of the stillness, or in the stillness, will arise a new thought, a new action, large or small. Until we still those thoughts and those actions to reveal greater and greater stillness. There's also allowing more and more previously absorbed into the body and mind stillnesses. We're also releasing more and more from the body and mind, thoughts and actions. We're sitting a bit in the shape of a pear, so you can think of the skin of a pear. Silly analogy or example, but often is used the layer of the onion. The wings of a tree, a nicer one maybe, doesn't make your eyes water. You take a large breath in, big exhale. We're tall, upright, all the way to the crown of the tree. Pristine tree and a pristine situation, presence. Raise the arms, two hands to prayer above, cross the legs to the next, another combination. Big in breath, big exhale. We practice because we seek some refuge and we find it in our practice. So we're not so much a seeker as we are a practitioner. We're already there, in practice. Deep breath, big exhale. Shoulders more relaxed. Bring the hands to the prayer position. We slump a little bit, but just enough that it's more of a focus into ourselves than a slump in the practice. releasing the hands position to lie on the back with the hands behind the knees. Roll the spine down and the leg springs into the air, palms open, shoulders relaxed. Feet to the floor, hands around the ankles, head up to between the knees, back of the neck line. Arches somewhat raised. Your head towards the knees, back of the neck lengthened. Roll to the floor, head to the ground. Palms open, relax with crossed legs. Nice, sigh breath. Cross the legs, second combination. Feet to the floor, hands on the hips. Arms around the thighs, arms under the calves. Head up to between the knees. As usual, we roll up to the inhale so that we can have a half bridge or a half shoulder stand or a plow or a half plow. They're more or less the same, these positions, so it's not like a out of range option. It's ranges within the option of being upside down or towards such a practice. You're practicing an inversion right here at the end, inverting our whole practice to upside down. Crown of the practice. Yoga, upside down and amplifying everything else. Also balancing everything else. Deep breath, big exhale.
relax the knees towards your face, and then see if you can straighten the legs so the legs can land up like a plow, similar but horizontal legs, not all the way to the floor. Bend the legs a little, press the legs up to a shoulder stand, vertical. Release the knees towards your head, roll to the floor, not too much left and right, but almost straight down towards such. Hands under the back of your head, one wrist on the other, gives you a substantial pillow. Knees above the hips, it also substantially stretches but releases in the stretch the neck and shoulders. And the breath, diaphragm, and the lower back because of the traction of the practice. Feet to the floor, long legs, long arms. We're gaining ground. The yoga gives us traction. With our muscle practice and with our relaxation and meditation. Big in, large exhale, sigh. We're doing nothing and the relaxation happens. Feet to the floor, knees bent. One action, something happens again, and nothing happens for a bit bigger than the one movement. More release than doing. Rolling over to the side so that you can push up with the arms to roll up. Two legs crossed, or you want to sit for a final few moments, a minute or less.
I said prayer for 3 Om silence just now. Then I go inhale for Om, inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you. Practice. Thank you, good.